Hey everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I've been posting some things today on Facebook that have gotten people upset. But here's the deal. I was talking about the city of Detroit is 88% black. Out of 100 and I think 46 gas stations, two, let's hear that again, 146 gas stations, two are owned by black people. 90% are owned by Arabs. Because that shows you the power of immigration. That shows you the power of people um, purchasing businesses and the impact it has on a city, the impact it has on families, the impact it has on wealth creation. There's a big thing. I just watched a video and it was talking about, well, the United States takes 1 million people a year and it's just too many. If we take 2 million a year, it'd just be too many. When really, let's be honest, there's places in Wyoming, in Oklahoma, in California, in Oregon, and all these places that are completely empty. They're like, you won't find a neighbor for 5 miles in some of these parts. And people will sit here and tell you, oh, we just can't take any more immigrants. It's too much. And it's really not that it's too much. It's the fact is that they come and they dominate. And we don't know how to do anything, how to stop it, right? And so part of that, I was telling my friend, I was saying, listen, Obama let all these Haitians in, and immediately when they saw that 150,000 Haitians had gotten in and they wanted to stop it all of a sudden, it wasn't because the Haitians were bad or they did anything bad, but it was like if you have 1 million Haitians come to America and those 1 million Haitians send back $100 a week, that's $100 million to the economy of Haiti. Haiti will look like Miami in 2 years. And hear me out. This is why. Um, the average Haitian makes $48 a month. So if I'm your cousin in wherever, and I send you $100 in 1 week, I've just sent you 2 months' income. If I do that every week, let's say 1 month I send you $500 in a week, not only will you probably build a house, you probably open up a store. Then when you open up the store, you'll probably be the main big guy in the city. You'll start buying things without me. I could come home and visit, and it's great. It's one of those things where you go, immigration works because it does. And the reason people say, well, not that many Mexicans are coming back again, don't worry about Mexico. Well, the thing is, we're not worried about Mexicans. It's really the El Salvadorians, the Guatemalans, everybody else, because they realize when you got to Mexico and people sent their cousin 20 years ago to Mexico, that cousin for 20 years has been sending $100 home. And if you look at Western Union, they say 30 million people are sending home at least $100 a week. So do the math on that. That's $3 billion a week to the Mexico economy and other South American economies. Of course, they don't need more cousins to come. They've already rebuilt their country. Many people I worked with in food and service, when I worked at Jason's Deli, when I worked at Papa John's, when I worked at these places, they had sent so much money home that when they flew home, they bought a house. And now their mom lives in this house, their brother or sister lives in this house, watching the house for them, and they rent this other house out because of the $10 an hour job they've been having in America. And then when they got to America, they roomed up in a house with as many people as they could, and everybody was sending money home. So don't tell me the power of $100 isn't effective. Now, you'll find Americans who will find money to go out to the club every weekend. They'll find money to buy new clothes. They'll find money to buy shoes. They'll find money to have comfort. But when it comes to putting $100 away in lending club and monthly dividend stocks and buying things, and even if they just own 1 acre of land, they can't do it. And that's the sad part, because the power of $100 is that these immigrants come here and they actually just absolutely thrive. Now, yes, we can say they're on a whole different mindset. They have a bigger why. They have a bigger reason to send home money. They have a bigger reason to do these things. But at the end of the day, you being discontent about where you are in life and in America is more than enough energy to push you away from there. I was watching these people argue on Facebook about, well, African American males can't get access to, bank loans and all this other stuff, which is total BS, right? Because there's 2.7 million Black businesses that make millions of dollars. The key is taking the little opportunities and making it work for you. So my friend had a $20,000 credit card, and he was upset because he wanted to start his barbershop. And nobody wanted to approve him for a bank loan. And everybody said, the shop you want to rent, is $2 grand a month. All the stuff you need for the shop is maybe $10,000. You're making the barbers come with their own supplies. You're renting out at least 10 chairs a week. Your $20,000 credit card is more than enough. But you can see in his face that he wanted to use that $20,000 credit card for car stuff, to have rims, to go on vacation and do all this other stuff. It's about priorities. You know, I know a Vietnamese guy, and I tell you guys this all the time. He's here in Georgetown on a student visa. He took a $20,000 card that they gave him because, you know, they see college students' names and they send them card offers. And he opened up a little corner store. Now he just now got the gas pumps turned on. So it was like one of those gas stations that looked like it was run down. And he got in there, just sold the stuff inside, and then finally got the gas pumps turned on. And in that short span of a year and a half, here this kid is in America living the American dream. Going to be able to bring home a bunch of Vietnamese people to Georgetown, Texas. So when people think, oh, it doesn't matter that these kids go to college, it doesn't matter these kids are working these low food wage jobs. Well, it doesn't matter to you because you don't want to work the food jobs, but they're taking this money and they're living the American dream. They're going to buy homes. They're going to invest. They're going to live well. And one of the saddest things I see people doing is not buying a home and going, oh, Erica, I don't want to be stuck in a city. Well, you don't have to be stuck in a city. You buy a home, you need to move, you need to relocate, you rent that out. But you got to be able to buy in correctly. You know, there's so many people in Atlanta who aren't ready. They're getting ready to build $1 billion stadium in Atlanta. And all these people are whining about it, but it's only because they didn't own any of the land the stadium's being built on, so they didn't make any money to be bought out. You know, they don't even have investments around a new stadium. You know, people probably have already bought up land and investments and going to build apartments near the stadium. Tons. And there's people that's been living Atlanta their whole life and ain't got it together. So what you focus on is what you become. And if I can tell you nothing else, is if you're focusing on business, if you're focusing on action, if you're focusing on like pushing through, you know, whatever it is. And I tell people to do 90-day increments. And the reason I say 90-day increments is if you focus for 90 days on buying a property and being qualified for the mortgage, in 90 days, you'll be more than ready to buy the property and be qualified for the mortgage. And that's just, I mean, even if you say, Erica, I only have this much money. There's a woman I listen to, is Lisa Phillips, affordablerealestateinvestments.com. Like, she helps people specialize in buying $30,000 houses. Now, maybe you're going to say, well, $30,000 is going to need work. Yeah. But if you got a $20,000 card over here, or you got a $5,000 Lowe's card, you'll have the resources to fix it and turn around and rent it out. So she was showing where she had bought a $13,000 house after putting 20 grand in it. She rents it out for $900 a month. So, I mean, it just depends on where your focus is. What is your focus? You know, and these immigrants come here and say, man, if I just go to work and I buy a house and I make some investments, I can bring a bunch of my family members over here. I can send a bunch of money home. And I think that's what weirds out Americans, that they come here with such a laser focus and can do it in 2 years and 5 years and 6 years. The average Korean and Haitian that comes to America within 5 to 10 years is a millionaire or has $1 million in assets, according to the IRS. So what does that tell you? Yeah, they're sending the best of their best, but also hard work, focus, buying things, and not buying clothes and not buying shoes, but buying actual investments. I remember having friends whose moms worked in flea markets, and people would laugh like, oh, your mom's at the flea market selling stuff? And little did they know their mom had a $100,000, you know, American Express card, $100,000 visa, and were able to buy rental properties in town and were able to do other things. And some of those same guys and girls, when they left high school, they never had a job in their whole life because they started working for themselves because they had a mom who had been working for herself. So they started selling stuff on eBay and Craigslist and doing different things like that. So I think what happens is we don't know what we don't know. But if we were to really be honest with ourselves and say, how can I focus? How can I absolutely focus for the next 90 days and get this goal accomplished? We'd have a whole different life. So I just had to do this one quickly. I know people are upset about the Trump immigration ban. I know people are upset, but there's a power in just focusing on what can you do with $100. And I know people say, man, $100, it's nothing, Erica. Go check out the book, $100 Startup. Go see what $100 in YouTube ads buy you. Go see what $100 in Facebook ads buy you. Go see what $100, if you want to invest it, does for you. And honestly, you know, if you go on Lending Club or Acornies and just kind of let it roll up and invest, it's much easier than for me trying to convince you. You'll see it for yourself. So everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog, just a little late night rant, just thinking about this immigration stuff and people saying we need less immigrants and not realizing since 1990, I think it's 80% of all children born in America are basically from our immigrants. Like they're pretty much responsible for all the births and all the most of the birth rate as far, and so that's why they make the comment that, you know, we'll be probably very Latino in the future because they're the people coming, them and Asians, and having children. So everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Make sure you guys subscribe to the blog. Make sure you hit up any of the links, and if you want to talk to me, look forward to it in the future. Later, you guys.